The latest pre-releases of Heart Pairing Episode 13 is giving us so many Woojae Jiwon moments that I am seriously impressed, not just for the Jiwon moments but because of the actual conversation, and I hope we get more. Also, now we can say that the Christmas Eve dates were done randomly, and I'll get to why I said that in a bit. Just a few hours back, we saw them both under the same blanket while they were reminiscing with the other members in the lounge area, with Woojae getting jealous. I'll also talk about that in a bit. For now, let's go through their beach date and quickly touch on key moments. So, we see them in the car on their way to their beach date. Their conversation was intriguing for me because this time, we not only found out more about Woojae's history, but we actually got to know Jiwon too, through Woojae's eyes. Woojae, this is the side of you we've been waiting for, thoughtful, open to Jiwon's story, and completely tuned into her. Let's walk through what was said. Woojae starts by saying that there was never a time in his life when he didn't have a dream. But when he quit sports, he didn't know what he wanted to do anymore. That feeling of losing something, he says, was new to him. He admits the hardest part of quitting soccer was how sorry he felt for his parents. I always gave my best when I played, and mom and dad always came to my games, he explains, voice a little hushed, as if he can still feel their disappointment. He tells Jiwon that his brother and his dad both confided they'd been struggling during that period, but then his dad said, "Do whatever you want, your happiness is more important." Hearing that made him feel both guilty and grateful. He goes on, "Still, in the end, our parents are truly the best." Jiwon also nodded in agreement as they both share similarities in this aspect of their lives. Jiwon said, "I felt the same way." Jiwon shares that she danced Korean traditional dance until middle school. She prepared for competitions, performed on stage, but eventually stopped liking it so much, so she left it as a hobby. She tells him her older sister originally majored in hotel management and had to study abroad, and the timing overlapped with Jiwon's dancing. "A huge amount of money was being spent on both of us," she says, the memory making her voice a little wistful. Later, when they all went on a trip and shared beers with their parents, Jiwon's mom and dad admitted that back then the pillars of the house were shaking because of how much they were investing. But of course, they never showed it outwardly. Jiwon laughs and says, hearing that, "Wow. I was so thankful." Then she added that throughout school, she loved math and science and her goal was to work at Samsung Electronics, a dream our girl worked hard for and achieved. Super cool, right? The Woojae added that he remembered riding his bike into town, finding the little booth where you could put coins in to make international calls, exchanging money for euro coins, and then crying after hanging up with his dad. "I told myself, I have to do well," he says. Jiwon smiles because she understands exactly how he felt. All of this gives us a chance to see Jiwon through Woojae's eyes. Our girl is a hard worker, super talented, attentive, empathetic, resourceful and quietly strong. This was the point when I realized this is the type of relationship Woojae had been hoping for, someone who would share similar struggles with him, and have an awareness of what it feels like to go through the hardships he's been through. Even though their struggles are not particularly the same, they both could relate from their parents' point of view. Now we know why our guy's seriously obsessed over that green pairing book, ha. By the time they arrive at the beach and stand in front of the water, the mood has shifted to something almost reverent. Woojae takes a deep breath, reaches into his pocket, and says, "I have something for you." Jiwon leans in, curious, "What is it?" He pulls out a card and admits, "It's something I drew." She touches it gently, "You drew this?" She studies the drawing and whispers, "How did you draw something like this?" Woojae explains, "I was afraid it would get crumpled, so I slipped it into my book and brought it along just in case." That small phrase, "just in case," is what tells us the Christmas dates were random. He wasn't sure he'd get to give it to her, he only hoped. Also his handmade Christmas card note also reads, "To Jiwon. Merry Christmas. Ever since getting to know you, the time we've spent together has made me really happy. I look forward to our future together. I hope to become your December 25th. From Woojae. Jiwon's eyes were filled with happiness as she says, "Thank you. I'll treasure this for the rest of my life. I love it so much." This scene is huge because it shows how much these two are in tune with each other. Now, going back to the first pre-release we got to see Woojae in a jealous mode. This moment involved ChangHwan. If we didn't know that ChangHwan and Jiwon had ended things nicely, this could have seemed like a love triangle was brewing. While ChangHwan appears to be a considerate person who's expected to manage his feelings quietly, Woojae shows a more visible side, especially his jealousy around Jiwon. In this scene, Jiwon and Woojae share a moment under the same blanket, you can only imagine how strong their bond has gotten for them to comfortably do that in front of the other members, ha ha ha. But Woojae's jealousy surfaces as he notices ChangHwan's attention toward Jiwon. ChangHwan talked about their postcard dates, he specifically talked about their misunderstandings, but it sounded like ChangHwan has a lot to say but was holding back, almost like he still wants Jiwon, and Woojae's jealousy isn't mild, it was visible and not like it was petty. In this scenario, it shows Woojae's genuine investment in Jiwon, lol. But it seems ChangHwan really desires to talk with Jiwon and hopes for something more, but seems to hold back because Woojae and Jiwon's connection feels solid. It's beginning to feel like there's an undercurrent of unspoken feelings here, but I won't infer anything until we watch the full episode. It's nice to see this couple's growth and can't wait to see their sweet moments. Thanks for watching, please subscribe and like the video.